N-400 Interview Part 1, Top U.S. Citizenship Interview Questions and Answers 2025 United States.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Officer Andrea. I will be conducting your naturalization interview today. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. I'll begin with the civics portion of your interview. I'll ask you up to 50 questions. You'll need to answer at least 30 correctly to pass. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Question 1. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived?
Native Americans.
That's absolutely correct. Well done. Question 2. What is one reason colonists came to America?
Freedom.
Exactly. That's correct. Question 3. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now?
This answer depends on your state.
Okay, that's understandable. Question 4. Who does a U.S. senator represent?
All people of the state.
That's right. The senator represents all the people of the state. Question 5. What is the name of the President of the United States now?
Donald Trump.
That's correct. Donald Trump is the current president. Question 6. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them.
Any citizen can vote.
Correct. Any U.S. citizen, regardless of gender, race, or background, has the right to vote. Question 7. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
The Speaker of the House.
Yes, that's right. The Speaker of the House would step in. Question 8. Who is in charge of the executive branch?
The President.
Correct. The President heads the executive branch. Question 9. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
Freed the slaves.
That's absolutely right. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which helped to free enslaved people. Question 10. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful?
Checks and balances.
Exactly. Checks and balances help ensure that no branch becomes too powerful. Question 11. What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
That's correct. The Constitution is the highest law in the land. Question 12. What is freedom of religion?
You can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
That's right. Everyone is free to practice their faith or choose not to practice any faith. Question 13. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803?
Louisiana.
Correct. The United States purchased the Louisiana Territory from France in 1803. Question 14. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Exactly. Those are 2 important rights everyone in the U.S. has. Question 15. What does the Constitution do?
It sets up the government.
Correct. The Constitution is the foundation of our government. Question 16. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states?
Give a driver's license.
Correct. States have the power to issue driver's licenses. Question 17. What is the name of the national anthem?
The Star-Spangled Banner.
Yes, that's right. The national anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner. Question 18. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South.
The Civil War.
Correct. The Civil War took place between the North and the South. Question 19. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived?
Native Americans.
Yes, that's correct. Question 20. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do?
Freed the slaves.
That's correct. The Emancipation Proclamation was a major step toward ending slavery. Question 21. What is the highest court in the United States?
The Supreme Court.
Correct. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the U.S. Question 22. We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years?
6 years.
Yes, that's right. U.S. Senators serve 6-year terms. Question 23. Name one state that borders Mexico.
California.
That's correct. California shares a border with Mexico. Question 24. Where is the Statue of Liberty?
New York Harbor.
Correct. The Statue of Liberty stands in New York Harbor. Question 25. Name one right only for United States citizens.
Vote in a federal election.
Correct. Only U.S. citizens have the right to vote in federal elections. Question 26. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s.
World War II.
Correct. World War II is one of the wars the U.S. fought in during the 1900s. Question 27. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
435.
Correct. The House of Representatives has 435 voting members. Question 28. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now?
John Roberts.
That's right. John Roberts is the current Chief Justice. Question 29. Who is the father of our country?
George Washington.
Correct. George Washington is known as the father of our country. Question 30. What are the two major political parties in the United States?
Democratic and Republican.
Correct. The two major political parties are the Democratic and Republican parties. Question 31. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States?
The Pacific Ocean.
Correct. The Pacific Ocean is on the west coast. Question 32. When was the Constitution written?
1787.
Correct. The Constitution was written in 1787. Question 33. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence. Question 34. Name one state that borders Canada.
New York.
Correct. New York borders Canada. Question 35. Name one branch or part of the government.
The President.
Correct. The President is part of the executive branch of the government.
Thank you, Officer Andrea.
You did a great job. How did you feel about the difficulty of this section?
Some of the questions were a little tricky, especially those involving specific dates or positions. But the ones about the Constitution and the government were easier for me.
That makes sense. The historical facts and specific dates can be challenging if you don't review them often, but overall, you did really well.
Yes, I'll be sure to go over those details more.
That sounds like a good plan. You've done great today. Let's take a short break before we move on to part 2 of your interview.
N-400 Interview Part 2, Immigration History and Background Questions, 2025.
Welcome back, David. Let's continue with the next set of questions.
Thank you, Officer Andrea. I'm ready.
Question 36. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military?
The President.
Correct. The President is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military. Question 37. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States.
Crow.
That's correct. The Crow tribe is one of the many Native American tribes in the U.S. Question 38. How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
9.
Correct. There are 9 justices on the Supreme Court. Question 39. What is the economic system in the United States?
Market economy.
That's right. The U.S. has a market economy where businesses and individuals make most of the economic decisions. Question 40. What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for?
Diplomat.
Correct. Benjamin Franklin is well known for his role as a diplomat, especially in helping the U.S. gain support during the Revolutionary War. Question 41. How many U.S. senators are there?
100.
That's correct. There are 100 U.S. senators, 2 from each state. Question 42. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens?
Vote in a federal election.
Yes, that's right. Only U.S. citizens have the right to vote in federal elections. Question 43. Who vetoes bills?
The President.
Correct. The President has the power to veto bills passed by Congress. Question 44. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States.
The Mississippi River.
That's correct. The Mississippi River is one of the two longest rivers in the U.S., along with the Missouri River. Question 45. Who signs bills to become laws?
The President.
Exactly. The President signs bills into law after they pass through Congress. Question 46. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights.
Correct. The first 10 amendments are called the Bill of Rights. Question 47. How many amendments does the Constitution have?
27.
That's correct. The Constitution has 27 amendments. Question 48. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
Because there were 13 original colonies.
Correct. The 13 stripes represent the original 13 colonies that declared independence from Great Britain. Question 49. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government?
To print money.
Yes, that's correct. The federal government has the power to print money. Question 50. Why do some states have more representatives than other states?
Because they have more people.
Exactly. States with larger populations have more representatives in the House of Representatives. Question 51. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do?
Fought for civil rights.
Correct. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for his leadership in the civil rights movement. Question 52. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment?
Speech.
Yes, freedom of speech is one of the key rights guaranteed by the First Amendment. Question 53. What does the President's Cabinet do?
Advises the President.
Correct. The President's Cabinet consists of advisors who help guide decision-making on various issues. Question 54. Why did the colonists fight the British?
Because of high taxes.
That's right. High taxes without representation was one of the main reasons the colonists fought the British. Question 55. Name two national U.S. holidays.
New Year's Day, Christmas.
Correct. Those are both national holidays in the U.S. Question 56. Name one U.S. territory.
Puerto Rico.
Correct. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Question 57. What does the judicial branch do?
Reviews laws.
Exactly. The judicial branch interprets and reviews laws. Question 58. Who did the United States fight in World War II?
Japan, Italy, Germany.
That's correct. The U.S. fought against Japan, Italy, and Germany during World War II. Question 59. The idea of self-government is in the first three words of the Constitution. What are these words?
We the people.
Correct. The first three words are "we the people," which express the idea of self-government. Question 60. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves?
Africans.
That's right. Africans were forcibly brought to America and sold as slaves. Question 61. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
April 15th.
Correct. The last date to file federal income tax forms is April 15th each year. Question 62. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s.
The Civil War.
Correct. The Civil War was fought in the 1800s. Question 63. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now?
J.D. Vance.
That's correct. J.D. Vance is the current Vice President. Question 64. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president?
18 and older.
Correct. Citizens must be at least 18 years old to vote for president. Question 65. What is the capital of your state?
Answer depends on where you live.
Okay, that makes sense. Question 66. When do we celebrate Independence Day?
July 4th.
Correct. Independence Day is celebrated on July 4th. Question 67. When must all men register for the Selective Service?
At age 18.
Correct. All men must register for the Selective Service at age 18. Question 68. Who is the governor of your state now?
Answer depends on where you live.
Okay, that's understandable. Question 69. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
July 4th, 1776.
Correct. The Declaration of Independence was adopted on July 4th, 1776. Question 70. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States?
Communism.
Correct. During the Cold War, the main concern was the spread of communism.
Thank you, Officer Andrea.
You did an excellent job with these questions. How did you feel about this section?
Some of the questions about history and dates were a bit challenging, but I think I did well overall.
I agree those can be tricky, but you handled them really well. With more review, you'll be even more confident.
Thanks. I'll definitely review the history sections more.
You're very welcome. Let's take a short break and then we'll move on to the final part of your interview.
N-400 Interview Part 3. Moral Character and Final Questions for U.S. Citizenship.
Welcome back, David. We're almost at the finish line. Let's continue with the last set of questions.
Thank you, Officer Andrea. I'm ready.
Question 71. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States?
Terrorists attacked the United States.
Correct. It was a tragic event that changed the course of history. Question 72. What did Susan B. Anthony do?
Fought for women's rights.
Exactly. Susan B. Anthony was a key figure in the fight for women's suffrage. Question 73. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen?
Be loyal to the United States.
Correct. Loyalty to the country is one of the fundamental promises of citizenship. Question 74. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now?
Mike Johnson.
Correct. Mike Johnson is the current Speaker of the House. Question 75. What is an amendment?
A change to the Constitution.
Exactly. An amendment is a formal change or addition to the Constitution. Question 76. Who was president during World War I?
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. Woodrow Wilson was the president during World War I. Question 77. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States?
The Atlantic Ocean.
That's right. The Atlantic Ocean lies along the east coast. Question 78. What are two cabinet-level positions?
Attorney General, Vice President.
Correct. Both the Attorney General and Vice President are part of the President's cabinet. Question 79. What is the rule of law?
Everyone must follow the law.
Exactly. The rule of law means that no one is above the law, and everyone must follow it. Question 80. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
The Vice President.
Correct. If the president cannot serve, the vice president steps in. Question 81. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance?
The United States.
Correct. The Pledge of Allegiance shows our loyalty to the United States. Question 82. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress?
The Senate and House of Representatives.
Exactly. Congress is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Question 83. What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence?
Life and liberty.
Correct. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in the Declaration of Independence. Question 84. What movement tried to end racial discrimination?
The Civil Rights Movement.
Correct. The Civil Rights Movement worked to end racial discrimination and secure equal rights. Question 85. What is the capital of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
Correct. The capital of the U.S. is Washington, D.C. Question 86. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy?
Vote, run for office.
Correct. Voting and running for office are two important ways citizens can participate. Question 87. There were 13 original states. Name 3.
New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire.
Correct. Those were 3 of the original 13 colonies. Question 88. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Correct. Franklin D. Roosevelt was president during both the Great Depression and World War II. Question 89. Who was the first president?
George Washington.
Correct. George Washington was the very first president of the United States. Question 90. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years?
2 years.
Correct. U.S. representatives are elected every 2 years. Question 91. What happened at the Constitutional Convention?
The Constitution was written.
Exactly. The Constitution was drafted at the Constitutional Convention. Question 92. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in?
World War II.
Correct. Dwight D. Eisenhower was a general during World War II before becoming president. Question 93. In what month do we vote for president?
November.
Correct. Presidential elections are held every November. Question 94. Who makes federal laws?
Congress.
Correct. Congress makes the federal laws in the United States. Question 95. What did the Declaration of Independence do?
Announced our independence from Great Britain.
Correct. The Declaration of Independence declared the colonies' freedom from British rule. Question 96. Name your U.S. representative.
Answer depends on where you live.
Okay, that's understandable. Question 97. What is the political party of the president now?
Republican.
Correct. The current president is from the Republican Party. Question 98. We elect a president for how many years?
4 years.
Correct. A U.S. president serves a 4-year term. Question 99. Name one problem that led to the Civil War.
Slavery.
Correct. Slavery was one of the key issues that led to the Civil War. Question 100. Why does the flag have 50 stars?
Because there are 50 states.
Correct. The 50 stars on the flag represent the 50 states in the United States.
Thank you, Officer Andrea.
You did an outstanding job, David. That's all 100 questions. How do you feel about the entire set?
Honestly, I feel pretty good. Some questions, especially the ones about specific dates and historical figures, were a bit tricky, but overall, I think I did well.
You definitely did. The historical and current events questions can be challenging, but you handled them very well. With a little more review, you'll be even more confident.
Yes, I'll go over the details, especially the dates and some of the current positions.
That sounds like a great plan. Overall, you did an excellent job. You should feel proud of yourself.
Thanks so much, Officer Andrea. I really appreciate your feedback and guidance.
You're very welcome, David. Now that you've completed all the questions, we'll move on to the final steps of your interview. Keep up the great work and good luck with the rest of your process.